Okay, so morning everybody. Really what I'm looking for today is I'm leaning more bearish. And the reason I'm leaning more bearish is because from last week, I was really looking for bearish price action on Friday. Didn't get it. Got this little pullback right here in the morning and then um, finished strong on the week. Um, but what I want to see now is with this finish on Friday, we left a daily fair value gap here. And I think price is just way too premium. It's just been going up without taking any, major sell side liquidity. So to me, it's kind of like a fake rally. And especially today too, we left some pretty important liquidity. Like right here, we have previous day low with the unfilled daily fair value gap. As far as more recent price action goes, we have Asia low right here, London low, and it's also devil's mark. Now, what that is really is it's a wickless candle. So this candle opened up and just immediately went higher. There was no manipulation to the downside. So that's an area where I want to see price go back to because that's pretty much like a PD array, in my opinion. So these are unprotected lows. They didn't trade into anything significant, like they didn't trade into any fair value gap or anything like that. So I want to see those um, eventually get hit once we get to the sell side of the curve. So right now we're in a buy model, um, reacting off of this 1 hour fair value gap right here, disrespecting this 1 hour fair value gap. But again, given the context with everything I just talked about, I still want to see some of this price action, um, get hit right here. Where I think that could happen is previous week high. What I said was I was looking for manipulation at the previous week high, like an SMT divergence. So that's exactly what we have right here. Is ES took this high, NQ did not, and we're starting to see a nice rally lower. So I want to see that hold, um, and could be a good area for shorts. It is a no news Monday, but since it is NFP week, um, Monday is valid for me to trade. So not your typical no news Monday. If that was the case, then I would only be taking A plus setups that were super obvious and risking less. But I'm willing to go my full risk capacity that my plan allows me to today, and look for some valid setups here. So see what opening gives us. Now it looks like right here this could be like a 5 minute change in the state of delivery, but it would need to hold. The reason this could be considered the change in the state for me is because we have SMT at this previous week high right here. So, but again, since it is right at open, I just want to let price do its thing. Could just whipsaw here for a sec, so that's not solid. Yeah, see, we're seeing this get ran. Equal lows right here too, resting right above a 15-minute fair value gap. So bearishness honestly looks really good as long as we keep this SMT intact. If we do end up going and taking this previous week high, and then we start to see some bearish structure, I think what I would like a little bit more is if we get like some internal SMT right here, like if it were to go and do that. But right now, this SMT is holding. It's definitely more major SMT being at the previous week high, so would like to see if we can hold this. Going to this 15-minute now. Took those equal lows. Not that big of a range, honestly. As big as I thought it would be. Just want to be patient here. Don't need to catch like the initial move. Um, this was like your 9:30 a.m. order block. So I would expect this 15-minute to hopefully get inversed, and that would really confirm bearishness. And then I would just have to get in on some like 5-minute fair value. You have to go lower. If you are watching this right now, though, I gave out this pre-market analysis in my free Discord. So if you want some access to that, the link is in the description to the WAP. So completely free, no hidden costs. Um, Free right now, it won't be free forever. So I would definitely take advantage of that. So if we could make a 5-minute fair value gap right here, go up into it, and then get that continuation short, I'd like that. That's something I could get behind on taking a trade. So this first fair value gap is in line with my bearish bias and this weekly opening price. So I'm curious to see how we react here. Yeah, tapped that weekly opening price and heading lower now. But again, that's not following the model. I want to get in on some inversion fair value gap. Right now we got nothing. Again, best case scenario, we chop around here for a sec, leave open this fair value gap, tap into it, go lower. But not trying to rush anything. Beginning of the week's always important. Want to set it off on the right foot. not rush anything, not force any trades. Yeah. All right, so just chopping around in here. Um, but so far it looks good. I do like that initial reaction. All right, it's exactly what I wanted to see. SMT at previous week high. Start to take out all this manipulation run up, in my opinion. Because the reason I think this is manipulation is because from midnight open, have we taken any significant sell side liquidity? Did Asia take any significant liquidity or did London take any significant liquidity? No, it generated it, right? Because look, London low right here didn't take anything, just dug into this wick. Or Asia low. I may have said London low. Asia low didn't take anything right there. London low, same thing. It created a wickless candle, which in itself is a PD array for me. That's something that I like to target if it's in line with my bias. And given that it's London low, based on the kill zones right here, London low, that's something that I can target and is a strong draw for me. And all of these internal and intermediate lows right here, no liquidity is taken. It's just higher low, higher low, higher low, just keeps digging higher. Now we got that SMT with the previous week high, and we're seeing that initial manipulation or that initial run lower. Got a little bit of manipulation right here above these highs, and then that strong displacement lower. So again, I just want to see like a 5-minute fair value gap created for me to target shorts. So it looks like that's what we're getting right here. And we're generating some 1-minute buy side liquidity right there. So a good scenario for me and my bias would be if we could manipulate above here, create like a fair value gap, inverse that for me to start targeting all of this down here. So this would be a scenario where I could leave runners, probably take off the majority of my position like at these lows right here, and then leave runners for London low and potentially Asia low. And what would be even better, this is kind of thinking far ahead, but if we got everything that I just said right there and we inverse this 15-minute, that would be really good. What would make it lower probability is if we got everything that I said right there, but then we still hold this. Like if this candle that's printing right now ends up holding this 15-minute fair value gap, it would make the idea like less attractive to me. But this is that first run that I wanted to see, right? So if we can leave a fair value gap right here without getting too much excitement to the upside right here, like I want to see this start to reject, don't want to see it go, leave this, inverse that, then that would be my ideal scenario. But it's gotta slow down here. Otherwise, it looks like we could just go. This is also wickless. So this would be like my trigger. This is technically the 5-minute change in the state of delivery right here. So this run up could just be re-delivering to this level. So that's why I really need to see this hold. If it just gets too excited, it goes through. Previous week high would likely be in the scope. We do have SMT at this internal high right here. So now if we start seeing that rejection, this would be A plus for sure. Because we have SMT at previous week high and an internal high. But this idea could get ruined if we just blast through this. So just gotta wait. All right, so technically still holding, but yeah, I mean, there's only a minute left in this 5 minute candle, so we really need to just see rejection now. Okay, so no SMT there. Looks like we're gonna run this previous week high. Now from here, I would need to start seeing some internal structure being made to get that confirmation to go lower. Really just built more liquidity here. Like not taking any lows. So again, it just tells me this is all fake. Hey, let's go. Love to see it, Raj. Love to see it. Yeah, it should be good. I'm excited for it. If we just keep running, the only thing that's like in my sights is really just looking at that big wick right there. Um, yeah, again, there's really nothing up here that I can see as a obvious target. So this is like 500 handles away from reaching this high right here. But that's really the only thing in sight as far as from a 4 hour standpoint. Like there's nothing here on the hourly. There's probably some gaps within that big wick right there on the lower time frames, but yeah, there's really nothing interesting to me up there, which is another reason why I would like to see some shorts. Like if we're gonna continue higher, I need to see, this is for long-term bias. If we're gonna continue higher to like something up here, I need to see proper manipulation lower. But again, this to me is just like something's waiting to happen. This won't get left open. So it's only a matter of time. Probably gonna need some bad tariff news. But again, don't want to try and catch the top. If it's gonna keep running, can't fight it. Let's check ES. Yeah, so I mean it's trading into this big gap right there. So I would definitely expect to see some rejection at some point this week. Really what could happen is if we're going to have like a move higher, SMT would need to be created at this high relative to each index. So like NAS, it looks like would take this first, and ES likely wouldn't to then go lower. But again, that's just thinking pretty far ahead at this point because it's again 500 handles away. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to need to see some internal structure being made right here just because um, we're going to leave this big 5 minute fair value gap right here and trying to short inside of a 5 minute fair value gap without any like good structure is just way lower probability. It's a interesting displacement right there. So what I would be really confident in is if we would inverse this 5 minute, then I think that would set the stage for shorts for like the remainder of the morning. Would have to have a pretty big stop loss on there unless some. That's why I was like looking for some internal structure. But we'll see what it gives us. If it doesn't give me that internal structure, then I am okay with shorting the inverse of this because I do have just longer term sell side targets down here. It's not like just trying to look for a quick scalp. It's like, all right, this makes sense that we could drop a couple hundred handles. Adding an alert at that 9:30 a.m. low because that's the first initial low of the real-time trading hours day. Whoops. Yeah. All right, so one thing that would be really good is if we show some rejection here. I'm just giving like a bunch of different scenarios here. It's like just what goes through my head whenever I'm looking for some stuff here. But this 5 minute, if we show some rejection here like we are now, trade up, leave a fair value gap here, and then inverse that one, then I would be able to short while being inside of a 5 minute fair value gap. But if we don't do something like that, then I would have to wait for this 5 minute to inverse. I prefer the scenario I just said about seeing that initial rejection and then creating like an internal fair value gap here to go short from, because what that's going to allow me to do is have better risk to reward. Like my stop loss would be much smaller. But I just got to take what the market gives me. Not interested in going long though. If it just inverses these and keeps on taking out highs, then I'm fine with sitting out. I kind of want to put on a quick order just to check that my trade copier is working. Um, like just go in and out real quick. Okay, cool. It's working. This looks like a mini market maker sell model. Original consolidation right here. Trade higher. Previous week high hit. I'll go in lower. Just needed to chill though. Like would not want to see it go down and take this low before closing this 5 minute. But I will get in on a close below this. My stop loss would have to be like up here because we would leave a 5 minute fair value gap here, most likely. It's a big stop loss though. Jesus. Yeah, I'll just have to target London low. Yeah, so if in 2 minutes when this candle closes, we close below here, I will take a short as long as this low stays intact. Probably put a limit up here. All right, well now there's SMT at this low, so idea's kind of washed. Damn, that sucks. It's good. I mean, I got exactly what I wanted as far as my analysis goes, but looks like it's kind of taken off without me. So this low is the most important one right here, in my opinion. This is a 1 hour intermediate term low. So I mean, just because we took these doesn't mean like I still can't take shorts, but I need to wait for some kind of retracement. I'll set a limit here just in case. But kind of doubt that gets hit. So that's gonna get hit. Um, I would have to wait for a fair value gap to get created right here, given that all of this stays intact. I don't know. This might just be a dump now because it took some major liquidity right here. Might just go without me. Um, Volatility, it's not. Well, yeah, I guess it is pretty bad. Or not bad, but it's definitely just. It's what I was expecting, honestly. Like this move right here is exactly how I drew it up, but I just didn't get any entry. Like I wanted to see a close just below this 5 minute to get in, but it went all the way down here and took out um, pretty big draw that I was looking for. I'm still looking for these lows right here, and I'm honestly bearish until like as long as we keep this intact, I'm bearish till this previous day low. Does it probably won't get there today because that's so far away, right? But at least all these right here is my AM session bias. It's good volatility right now, in my opinion. Like this is what I want to trade, but just didn't get my entry. This is why those intermediate term lows are important though, right? As opposed to just these lows right here. I believe those are 15-minute intermediate term lows. Yeah, because they traded into this fair value gap right here, held and sent it higher. But what was the higher time frame one in closer proximity? Was this 1 hour, right? Traded into this fair value gap, 1 hour, sent us higher. Where are we rejecting from right now? So I'd like to see a fair value gap left here, or use this as a last line of defense for bears. Trade up into there, give me like a 1 minute through 3 minute entry. Okay, so honestly, still looks good. Didn't run without us. Left this intact. Would like to see something form here. Could go up into here like wick up into there. We also have this change in the state of delivery on the 15-minute time frame, which is also 9:30 a.m. open. So whenever that's the case, it's like a order block paired with time. That's something that I really like as well. I have the micro compare or with the mini, right? Because I'm entering on micro contracts just because the risk calls for it. But yeah, this is the area where I'm looking for shorts from. Either in here, or if it wakes up in here, that's fine too. Would just give me a more premium entry. If we start to inverse these, then I would need to wait for this high to get taken to then go lower. But 10 a.m. open. 10 a.m. open is right here. So this is honestly good as well. The reason I like 10 a.m. open is because we have open high, low, close. So on the hourly candle, it would be open high to go lower. Open high into a bearish PD array to go lower. If we are going to be bullish, then this open low right here to take this 1 hour intermediate term low should just constantly send us higher, and then I likely wouldn't get an entry here. But again, I'm sticking to bearish. I'm not bullish. I would prefer to see this high get taken here. If it inverses this though, then I'd probably go in with lower risk and then look for continuation. How would I choose which pair to trade? I just stick with NQ because I like the volatility on it. If you are someone who switches back and forth and will trade either, you would want to trade the weaker pair. So the way you would choose that is which is obviously looking through the weaker pair here. Just from looking at it, you can tell it's NASDAQ, right? Because they're taking all of these lows while ES still hasn't. Now, if I was bullish, I would consider that bullish SMT, and that would give me like a catalyst to start to look for higher prices. But since I'm not bullish, I'm just taking it as NQ's the weaker pair, which is good because I only trade NQ, but I use ES for to look for SMTs and correlated analysis. Um, but yeah, I could be wrong here, right? Like we could just break through these and then ends up going higher, and that's fine. But to me, this is just lows, 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 lows. London, like I'm looking for that New York reversal. I said it in my Discord pre-market right here. Looking for this scenario ideally. Opening range manipulation of previous week high. S&T would make it better. Shorts to all sell side left intact from last week's price action. London low and Asia lows are unprotected. All this LR right here. No manipulation since midnight open. It was just only creating higher lows. So it told me that this run up was likely manipulation. Looking for New York reversal profile. All right. So I really trade profiles. Like I heavily rely on profiles in my trading because it just helps me form like a clearer bias and stick to it. And like higher time frame, I do agree we're bullish, right? I think we could still go higher, right? But before we go higher, based on internal and shorter term liquidity, we haven't taken anything yet. Like, yes, we did just take this 1 hour intermediate term low, but I still think we should, like, we still do have good sell side targets left in here. Devil's Mark right here at London low, there was no wick on this candle right here, so that's a draw for me. And then the Asia low didn't trade into anything. I mean, it did trade into this new day opening gap right here, but still, it's not really enough for me. We could displace through here and inverse this. That would be good for shorts for me. And hold this SMT. We could still get a tap higher just to hit equilibrium. And if I did keep my limit order that I had, I would have be tapped in this already because we hit this 5-minute inverse. But that's fine. That would mean more risk, and I'm just waiting for more confirmation on this. It's creating like a bull flag right here. So if we could do something like this, tap into equilibrium, and then inverse that, that'd be good. Also looks like AMD to me. Accumulation from midnight up until the opening range. Opening range had the manipulation high right there. Okay, yeah, so ES just took that. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so we'll see how we react here. Kind of just looks like crappy price action to me now, though. Like big move up initially, big move down following that. Now going back to like near the middle of the range and chopping. I mean, if this could be like a mini AMD right here, accumulation, manipulate higher into equilibrium, and then displace lower, that could be good. Boring right now though, huh? All right, even right now, if we did inverse this, I would be less inclined to take it just because now it looks like we have a bunch of internal liquidity right here. So, I mean, it could be something along the lines of like that. All right, well, I guess right now I could like go over the Discord and what you could expect when joining here. So, really what I'm going to be doing every day is in here I'll just like make normal announcements of when I'm going live on YouTube or just any announcements that need to be made within the Discord here. This is where I'm giving my pre-market analysis and like updated analysis throughout the day. Like I went over a little bit ago. This is me marking out. I sent this at like 9 o'clock, so that's really when you can expect it. Every single day is around like anywhere from 8:50 to 9 o'clock. Gave my analysis, looking for previous week high and then projection lower. When I take trades and I'm not live streaming, this is where they will be posted. I'll say if I'm looking for something or trades that I'm in, um, and things along that line. Members Lounge, this is where people are going to be chatting. Just general stuff, like, it's in the name. We got, like, you can ask questions here, post your trades, anything else that you need, or want to talk about with, other people in the community. So this is going to grow, right? This isn't going to stay. Just going to update it as needed. Trade breakdowns. So before I get into this, actually, we have this channel down here. This is our charting session channel. So whenever I'm going to do like trade breakdowns on things that I took, market breakdowns, weekly breakdowns, we're going to do them live here and then they're going to be recorded. So if you can't make it or if you join late to the Discord, like you join and there's already a bunch of breakdowns and reviews that have happened, they're all going to be recorded and posted into these right here. Okay. So, oh shit. Is there SMT? Yeah, fuck, all these highs right here, though, this just looks sus to me. I don't know if I'd want to take that. I'd much rather see these get ran first. I want it to be clear. Don't want to force anything. Getting back to it. Yeah, so they'll get posted into here. So I mentioned, or I talked about these. This educational content right here, I think will be really helpful for people looking to learn a little bit more because this is, well, first of all, this is where I post the journal that I use, that I made a video about. A lot of people requested for it, like the template. So if you join the Discord, you'll have it right here. It's a really, really good one. And these are all of the videos that, from ICT's YouTube content that I still use on a daily basis in my trading. So I have pretty much watched the majority of ICT's content on his channel over the 3 years that I've been studying him alone. I've been trading for about 5 years now, and um, studied his content for about 2.5 years, 2.5, 3 years. So instead of you having to like learn and dive through all of those videos that I did, right? Because there's some stuff that I use in that library of things that I learned, and then a lot of stuff that I don't. I just posted like the most influential videos and videos that I still use in my daily trading today. So if you want to go back and watch some of those, I think it could be really helpful if you want to get on like the same track is what I'm looking for. But even just, you know, um, just like seeing and studying and being a part of what I'm going to be doing here every single day, I feel like you'll catch on pretty quickly here. All right, so good manipulation higher. Now, this would be really good here if we inverse this. This would be A plus to me. Right on time, right? And there's SMT at this 5 minute fair value gap. So yeah, we'll go in 6 right there. Yeah, this is where this is valid to me. Is there a 2 minute? Nope. All right, so I'm in there. All right, so my trade copier is lagging. Want to make sure it's good. Don't want to show my account. Okay, seems to be working. I'll take off 5 right here. And then hold for London low for the last contract, which would be right here. Yeah, this is a good setup. I mean, I'd be fine if I lost this. So just taking a screenshot from a journal. Don't want to see a clear bounce off of this if we hit it. Want to see us go through. Again, just want to double check that everything's good because I've been having issues with this fucking trade cop here. All right, everything in fact is not good. My stop loss isn't even there. What the hell, dude? All right, just give me a second while I fix this, guys. Sorry about that. Stop. Okay. Taking off 5 here. Trade is looking good, just so you know. Stop. Okay. So I think we're good now. Stop or take profits about to get hit. Sorry about that. That was frustrating. I think I do want to go break even though. I can definitely lower the stop to like right here. Um, I like how we inverse this. Let's see if there's SMT. Oh. I'm still kind of tweaking out about my other accounts. Let me check this again because this could really mess up if my orders aren't right. Yeah, the stop isn't trailing on the other accounts. This trade sinker is really just fucking with me. It's frustrating. Okay, go and break even on my accounts, and then I'm gonna show my screen again because this is just like this is fucked up. Like I'm just doing the free trial right now, but they are not winning my business up to this point. All right, stops are set to break even because I want to see this hold. And You gonna take me? All right, that's it. Let me check my other accounts again real quick. Okay, so I think they're good. All right, everything is settled. Break even hit. Good trade. Hopefully it wasn't a break even raid. Let me print that. Really good trade, honestly. Like this is exactly what I was looking for. Kind of outlined this the entire way, just kind of shitty price action. Didn't want to keep exposing myself in something that wasn't looking like it was delivering. Like if I kept my stop loss right there and not at break even, then I would have taken a small loss right there and probably would have pissed me off. So we'll see. We'll see if we want to take this high and then go lower potentially. I mean, if you're watching and you've also had problems with Trade Syncer, let me know because I've just had a bad experience with them ever since I've started. Worst PO3 I've seen. Yeah, I mean, it was the PO3 idea was kind of like scrapped at that point because 10 a.m. open was right here. And then by the time I got my trade entry, it was already like 10:30, like 10:26. And ideally, like the best PO3s are going to happen within the first like 5-10 minutes of that hourly candle. And so it took a little while. So managed to get the 950 short. Nice. Nice, yeah. I was uh I was also looking for shorts above this area, but I didn't really like this structure right here. Didn't want to get in prematurely. It was a good turtle soup though. I just didn't follow my model. And yeah, given that it is a Monday, I wanted to just make sure I was protecting myself because starting off in the week like forcing a trade is just leaves a bad taste in your mouth the rest of the week and not something I want to do. I could still look for something, right? Like if we get another entry, like if we poke up into this 5 minute right here, and that's also in line with a 15-minute order block opening price right there, then I could still look for shorts. I just need to wait. Last few weeks has been bad. PA isn't great for trading. Yeah, it's definitely been tough. Like I keep seeing things and it makes me laugh. Like imagine if you were trying to start trading or starting to trade in this price action. Like I probably would have given up at this point, honestly. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's been tough for sure. But the way I like to think about it is there's always going to be periods of bad price action, and instead of like getting frustrated at it and just kind of complaining, because I mean that's what a lot of people do is they just sit there and bitch and they say that this sucks, like price action's so bad, it's why I'm losing. I mean, that's going to happen throughout your trading career all the time. There's always periods of bad price action, right? But just think of it as like a test of your risk management skills, right? That's how I'm trying to see it. Is the market's testing me in my risk management skills? Am I going to pass that test or am I going to fail that test? It's testing my emotional stability, right? Am I going to lash out and get pissed and say the market sucks and this price action is so bad, it's why I'm losing? Or am I going to be more selective with my trades, wait for something higher probability, and know when to risk on or risk off? Right? There's two different ways to think about it. That's why mindset's so important in your trading. Right? Like if I cut my stop loss above here, I'd be back in profit on this trade and probably be happy. This might just run without me, but at the same time, it's like I would rather protect myself. If this is your first time stopping into the channel, if you could give me a sub if you feel like this is helping you. I'd really appreciate it. I started off like a couple months ago. Like this YouTube channel started in January is when I think I really began first post things. Um, and I had a goal of reaching 100 subs by July, and looks like we are likely going to get there. But yeah, if you find this helpful, then I would appreciate the sub. And also, I just opened up a free Discord today. Today's the first day of it, and the description or the link for that is in the description. So if you would want to be a part of that, feel free to join. Nah, bro, I was one of the first. It's lonely to hear my own voice all the time. One of the first what? Subs. Oh, well, nice. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean that's how it is starting up something anytime, right? Like I'm just being patient with it. Um, I had no like following. I mean, I still really don't have a following, but um, I had no like YouTube presence or anything on social media um, at the beginning of the year. So I really just started this. So it's fun to do, looking to grow. My whole thing is I don't want to drama market like 90% of people do nowadays. Like I just want to provide as much value as I can, like in the content, and have people recognize that and grow that way, as opposed to doing some other bullshit like going on Twitter and starting fights. Okay, so it's 10:45. Um, if we just keep chopping around like this, what we could see is like a 11 a.m. manipulation higher into this and then go lower. Yeah, bro, let's hope. But I mean, this hour, like, dude, 8 hours of just staying in this range. Like, usually Mondays on NFP weeks are pretty good. This has been not good. That short I'd take 10 out of 10 times. Like, that's, I literally marked that out step by step. Clear accumulation, manipulation into a 5 minute fair value gap. There's SMT. I have a bearish bias. All these lows right here. Got that inverse right away. Really nice, like V shape if that's what you want to call it. Got some nice follow through at first. Like even when we closed below this right here, this was the last fair value gap in this leg higher. So really, I thought we were good to go at that point. But once we started to like show some rejection here and like closed on this candle back up above the midpoint of this, that's when I was like, okay, that's when I want to go break even instead of leaving my stop here. I'll put my executions on. I did take a little thing right here, like I went in one contract just to test if my trade copier was working, right? Like you can see right there, it's nothing. But it was working at that point, and then when I actually put on a trade, it stops working. So it's like, dude, I don't know. I can't figure out trade syncer. Like I'm still checking my accounts to make sure that nothing's left open because I just keep tweaking out about that. We're good though. We're good. Should have left this one to run. I know. Like, see, I was like, that's why I went short right here, like for the test, is because I was bearish. But yeah, I just it didn't follow my model. I wanted to short from this 5 minute if we got a nice close, but went all the way down here and took my first target. So I was like, nah. Equal highs right below this 5 minute. This should get ran. This is my idea. If that doesn't happen and we like inverse this five, then I'll definitely be done for the day and call it there. Perfect equal lows right here. Like this is it like that on the actual contract too? It's not perfect, but yeah, I mean this is it's just like so primed for shorts. It's just a matter of if it actually wants to give it to us or not. Yeah, for sure, DB. Thanks for tuning in. DB, did you join the Discord yet? Because honestly, when I was live streaming on Friday, um you and someone else were honestly like gave me the motivation to actually start one. All right, 1050 macro, lower high, lower high, lower high. Yeah, yeah, it was you, Raj. It was for sure. I thought it was you, like, but I didn't want to be wrong. Thanks for the Discord. Yeah, for sure, bro. I'm excited to do it. I've honestly been meaning to do it for a long time. I just I don't know. I think like starting a live stream made me realize that I really like doing it and just wanted to kind of take it from there. I'm in from my ball problem. What does that mean? Well, too bad it's boring price action. I mean, it would have been nice if this played out. Um, yeah, I really want to see that 11 a.m. Like this is pretty good for an 11 a.m. reversal right here, or not even a reversal, but continuation because 10 a.m. to let me mark it out right here. 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. That silver bullet hour. Whenever it manipulates and my draws on liquidity are still left intact, what I like to see is 11 a.m. play out. That's when I am willing to trade 11. So the idea is still intact. Just don't want to see this take off, really. Like I would prefer these lows get left intact, trade higher to then go lower, but might not want to do that. Good break even right here though. Would have tapped me out and then ran. I was a little bit nervous that I was too premature break even because I was looking at this candle right here and seeing that as an order block. And I thought since my stop loss or my break even was like right at it, that it could have potentially tapped me and then gone, but just had to accept that. But yeah, this was happy with my performance right there. That was a good break even. So if we can see 11 a.m. play out, that'd be good. We've got this 5 minute right here, but I wouldn't really trust that considering there's equal highs below this one. All right, let's see. I'll go for the first little bit of 11 a.m. If we don't see anything interesting by like 11:10, 11:15, then yeah, I'm gonna get off because I don't want to trade too late into the AM session on a Monday. If something was gonna play out, it should happen by then. If these lows get taken before trading up, then yeah, I'll get off. but pretty boring Monday. All right, yeah, guys, I don't think anything's gonna happen here. Honestly, just don't even feel like looking at this. Don't want to overstay my welcome and force anything. I think honestly, I couldn't even tell you which highs or lows are gonna get taken first. Like it's just sitting right in the middle of this. So low probability, boring Monday. Going to stop looking at the charts while I can. Don't want to force anything, but I'm happy with my performance today. I guess we can do like a little trade recap thing here. I was bearish today. Um, Gave an alert in my Discord. If you want to be a part of the Discord, it's free. It's in the description, the link. But I was bearish today because we had this previous week high right here that we were trading into. Wanted to see a reaction off of there, and we had all we like from last week. We haven't taken any lows on this run up. I'm overall bullish. Like I think we can continue towards this sometime this week or next week, given that we don't change structure or anything like that. But for the meantime, I was bearish just because we uh, we have this unfilled daily right here, previous day low. We keep making higher lows without taking any form of sell side liquidity. On the 15-minute time frame here, London low did not trade into anything significant. So to me, that's an unprotected low right here. It also didn't have a wick, which is a pretty strong draw on liquidity for me, especially when it's paired with that session liquidity candle. We had Asia low right here that dug into this wick right here, but didn't really trade into anything significant right there. So I wanted to see lower prices from there or two there. My first draw on liquidity got hit being this 1 hour intermediate term low. Because if we take a look from midnight, we've only traded higher, higher low, higher low, higher low, take a significant form of buy side liquidity. Um, so at that point, it's like, um, I it's so hard to like try and take longs from here, knowing that there's all of this built up right here. Like it's all built up like trend line liquidity in my opinion. So I wanted to be a part of that move lower. I was looking for shorts on a closure of this 5 minute right here, except by the time we got that closure, we had already taken this internal low right here. Like this was the candle that closed below this, and it had taken that internal low. So at that point, I'm not interested anymore. Had to wait for some more structure. Went back up into this 5 minute fair value gap that I was looking for. Um, we got a nice accumulation right here, manipulation into that 5 minute. It was within right here. So I'll move that. Oh, well, this is a different chart, so never mind. But yeah, moved or manipulated into this 5 minute fair value gap. It's something like this. And then inverted that 1 minute right there. So at that point, I saw this as accumulation, manipulation, was looking for distribution to the downside based on my higher time frame bias. Um, and yeah, ended up getting stopped at break even right here. I went break even after we closed below this 1 hour fair value gap, or not 1 hour, 1 minute. And yeah, just went back up, hit me break even. And right now the draw is playing out, but you know, didn't really get any confirmation to be in this short. I did originally leave a limit at the low of this 5 minute fair value gap right here. So that would have been good for like a longer term play or just to have more risk on, or not more risk, but like a wider stop loss. But I didn't want to have like a 100 handle or 80 handle stop loss. And I would have targeted like London low right here. Looks like it would get hit. But yeah, I'm fine with my performance today. Like I pretty much marked this out exactly how it's playing out. And sometimes that just happens. Like it plays out exactly like you want to, but it's gonna go without you because this was just bad price action. But you see, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. accumulated, and now we're seeing that 11 a.m. distribution lower. So whenever 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. accumulates, 11 a.m. to like lunch is probably going to make the move. I wanted to see this happen, this move lower after sweeping these equal highs right here. So that's why I wasn't really able to be a part of this move. So um, analysis was great. Happy with how I played my position. Good break even, and can't really ask for much more than that. So NFP week. Yeah, I don't want to force anything because there's going to be some good price action later in the week. And yeah, I just wanted to protect my capital up until then. But there we go. Lunch or London low just got hit. So all right, yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I think the session is chalked at this point. It's just gonna keep on going lower without me. So yeah, gonna stop it there. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for tuning in, things like that. If you want to be a part of my free Discord. The link is in the description. I'm not going to be live streaming every single day on YouTube, but what I'm going to be doing in the Discord is a lot of like one-on-one work with the people that's in there. So you're going to get a lot more in-depth like trade breakdowns, live sessions in there, um, daily bias and things like that. So whenever I am not actually live streaming on YouTube, I'm gonna be in the Discord, being pretty active in there. So I would take advantage of it while it's still free. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a good rest of the day. Bye bye.